Now let's explain how to join the fabric pieces. We'll break it down into two sections, section 1 and section 2. First, pick up the side edge of the left back piece to work section 1. Then, pick up the side edge of the right back piece to work section 2. On the last row, work and join section 1 and section 2 simultaneously. Let's start with section 1. Pick up the right side edge of the left back piece. Work back and forth in rows. You'll use 3 new stitch techniques. Double crochet 2 in 1. 3 double crochets into the same stitch. Chain 3 picket. Watch my demonstration. Here, I'm demonstrating with a small swatch. Work row 1 first. Position the side edges of the corresponding fabric pieces facing up. Then start from the right side fabric piece 1. Pick up the corner chain space to join the yarn. Make 1 beginning chain to start. Work 1 single crochet in the same position. Pick up the adjacent stitch on the left. Work 3 single crochets correspondingly. Next, pick up the gap between stitch techniques. Work 1 single crochet. Continue picking up stitches afterward. Work 6 single crochets evenly. Then pick up the stitch technique gap, and work 1 single crochet. Work 3 single crochets into the left stitch correspondingly. Then reach the corner chain space. Work 2 single crochets correspondingly. Moving down to piece 2, start from the first single crochet stitch of the edging. Insert the hook and work single crochets accordingly. Continue picking up stitches, and work the corresponding amount of single crochets. Some positions require making 2 single crochets in one spot. Later encountering piece 1, pick up the chain space, stitch, or work single crochets into the gaps between stitch techniques. Pick up stitches on piece 2 and work accordingly. Pick up the edge chain spaces, or gaps in row 1 of piece 5. Refer to the chart for insertion points. Adjust according to actual conditions if needed. Just work the correct number of stitches within the designated area. Complete the last stitch. Row 1 is done. Work row 2 downward. Make 1 beginning chain to start. Turn the work. Pick up stitches downward. Work single crochets accordingly. Complete the last single crochet. Row 2 is done. Since the next row requires a color change, the yarn tail will be needed again after skipping 1 row. To minimize cutting yarn, secure the yarn tail here. Stretch the loop. Pull the fabric or yarn ball through the loop. Gently tighten. Now work row 3. Join yarn at the last stitch of the previous row. Join yarn on the right side here. Make 3 beginning chains. Pick up stitches along the edge. Work DC2 in 1, that is, at the same stitch where you joined the yarn. Make 2 double crochets in 1 stitch. Note, only weave in the yarn tail from joining. Leave the other yarn tail in place without handling. 1 stitch. 2 stitches. Complete the DC2 in 1, skip 2 stitches to the left. Slip 1 stitch. Work 1 single crochet. Skip 2 stitches to the left afterward. Pick up 1 stitch and work 5 double crochets. Here I consider these 5 double crochets as 1 shell stitch. Continue skipping 2 stitches downward. Work 1 single crochet. Then skip 2 stitches. Work 1 shell stitch. Skip 2 stitches afterward. Continue crocheting by alternating single crochets and shell stitches. Complete this single crochet. Skip 2 stitches downward, reach the edge stitch position. Correspondingly make DC3 in 1, that is, work 3 double crochets in 1 stitch. Complete the DC3 in 1. Meanwhile, row 3 is completed. Change colors for the next row, the yarn tail won't be used later. Fasten off the yarn. Next, crochet row 4. Insert the hook into the top of the previous row's turning chain. Pick up both strands of the top chain stitch. Pull through the yarn tail from the end of row 2 below. Chain 1 to begin. Work 1 single crochet in the same position. Chain 1 between them. To the left, insert the hook into the single crochet position, and work 1 double crochet. Chain 1. Double crochet 1. Chain 1 when completed. Insert the hook into the centered stitch of the left side shell stitch. Work 1 single crochet. Consider the first chain stitch up to this point as the crocheting pattern for this row. Continue crocheting according to the pattern. Refer to the chart for details. Work the last single crochet on the edge, double crochet. The 4th row is completed. Continue to crochet the 5th row, make 1 beginning chain to start, turn the work. Work 1 single crochet into the edge stitches downward. Chain 3. Then insert the hook into the chain space between adjacent double crochets. Work 1 single crochet. Chain 2. Then insert the hook into the position of the left single crochet stitch. Work 1 treble crochet. Chain 2. Work 1 more treble crochet in the same position. Chain 2. 1 treble crochet. After completing, chain 2. Then insert the hook into the chain space between 2 adjacent double crochets. Work 1 single crochet correspondingly. Chain 3. Except for the beginning chain, take the completed part. Consider this as the crocheting pattern for this row. Continue crocheting by referring to the pattern or chart. The ending is not a complete pattern. Refer to the chart for crocheting. Finish the last stitch. Row 5 is completed. Move on to row 6. Make 3 beginning chains. Then work a ch3 picket, hereafter referred to as picket. Make 3 chain stitches. Pick up the first stitch position in these 3 chains. Pick up the strand on the edge side of the braid. Work 1 slip stitch. Complete the picket. Turn the work over. Pick up 1 stitch on the edge. Work 1 double crochet. Pick up adjacent chain space and work 2 double crochets. Pick up stitches on the left side, and work 1 double crochet. Pick up adjacent chain space and work 2 double crochets. Pick up the centered stitch position among the 3 single crochets on the left. Work 1 single crochet correspondingly. Then start from the chain space between the single crochet and treble crochet on the left side. Pick up the chain space and work 2 double crochets. Work 1 double crochet in the stitch. Continue to work 2 double crochets in the adjacent chain space. Work 1 double crochet increase in the stitch on the left. Then work 1 picket. Make 3 chain stitches. Pick up the double crochet stitch below. Pick up the front strand of yarn, and the strand on the left. Work 1 slip stitch. Complete the picket. Continue to pick up the insertion point of the double crochet. Work 1 double crochet. Then pick up the adjacent chain space to the left and work 2 double crochets. Work 1 double crochet in the stitch. Work 2 double crochets in the chain space on the left. Treat the double crochet worked after the single crochet up to this point as a pattern. Pick up the centered stitch of 3 adjacent single crochets and work a single crochet. Starting from the chain space on the right side of the treble crochet below, crochet the pattern accordingly. Pick up the chain spaces and work 2 double crochets in each. Pick up the stitch and work 1 double crochet. Work 2 double crochets in the chain space. Work a double crochet increase in the adjacent stitch. 1 picket. Continue to work 1 double crochet in the same position. Work 2 double crochets in the chain space on the left side. Work 1 double crochet in the stitch. Work 2 double crochets in the chain space. Complete the pattern. Moving forward, work in the chain spaces on both sides of the treble crochets and between them. Crochet the pattern accordingly. Work a single crochet in the centered stitch of 3 single crochets. Continue crocheting using this method or refer to the chart. Complete the last pattern. Below, pick up 1 stitch along the edge and work 1 single crochet. Cut the yarn. Hide the yarn tail on the wrong side. Row 6 is complete. The crocheting for section 1 is now explained. Next, we'll explain section 2. Along the left edge of the right back piece, work back and forth. The crocheting method for the first 5 rows is identical to section 1. Complete it on your own. After completing, work row 6. Work and join simultaneously with section 1. Here I'll demonstrate the method using this small sample. Start by making 3 beginning chains. Then crochet a picket and connect. First, chain 1. Stretch the loop. Remove the hook. Now pick up section 1. Remember the right side of the last row is facing up. Then insert the hook into the stitch loops of the edge single crochet. Draw the previously released loop through. Then chain 2. Next, hook into the outer strand of the first chain. Work 1 slip stitch. The picket is completed, and the connection is done. Then turn section 2 with the wrong side of the previous row facing up. Pick up the stitch loop below the beginning chain edge. Work 1 double crochet. Continue by hooking into the chain spaces for 2 double crochets. Work 1 double crochet in the adjacent stitch. Work 2 double crochets in the left side chain space. Next, connect to the picket position of section 1. Using the same method, release the loop, remove the hook. Then find the corresponding picket position. Insert the hook through the center chain space. Draw the released loop through. No chain stitch to secure is needed here. This completes the connection. Continue back to section 2. Work a single crochet in the second stitch on the left side. Continue crocheting the pattern, and connect at the picket position. First crochet up to before the picket position. Reach the corresponding position. Work one chain stitch first. Release the loop, then insert the hook into the single crochet position between motifs of section 1. Draw the loop through. Then crochet 2 chain stitches. Return to section 2 position. Pick up the front strand and the left strand to work a slip stitch. Completed the picket, also completed the connection. Continue to finish this pattern. After completion, connect to the picket position of section 1. Come out from the center of the picket. Draw the released loop through. Completed the connection. Pick up the center stitch of 3 single crochets below and work a single crochet. When continuing to crochet the pattern, need to connect at the picket position to the single crochet position of section 1. After finishing the pattern, need to connect to the picket position of section 1. Later, everyone refer to the previous demonstration. Continue crocheting downward. Finished the last single crochet, simultaneously connected the edge picket. This completes row 6. The 2 sections are now connected. Cut the yarn. Hide the yarn tail on the wrong side of the fabric. Section 2 is now complete. The entire back body is now fully explained. Next, we'll explain the right front. My left and right here are based on the actual wearing position. This also consists of multiple pieces, including piece 1, piece 2, piece 3. 3 new pieces appear. I'll continue with the previous numbering sequence. From bottom to top. From right to left. The lowest new piece is called piece 8. The top one is piece 9. The left one is piece 10. First crochet and attach piece 1, pieces 2 and 3. The methods have been demonstrated before. Please complete them on your own. Next I'll explain piece 8. Here we use chain cast on. Then work back and forth. After completing, sew it to the corresponding piece. Please watch my demonstration. First chain cast on. I've already completed the cast on here. Start working row 1. Make 3 beginning chains. Counts as 1 double crochet. Then pick up the 5th chain space from right to left. Pick up 1 strand on the top of the chain. Work 1 double crochet. Then continue picking up 1 strand on the top of each chain to the left. Complete the last chain space. Row 1 is done. Now work row 2. Make 3 beginning chains. Counts as 1 double crochet. The next 3 turning chains all count as 1 stitch. I won't repeat this explanation later. Turn the work. Here the turning chain corresponds to the edge stitch. Starting from the 2nd stitch on the left side, pick up stitches and work double crochets correspondingly. When you reach a turning chain, pick up the top chain stitch here. That is, the chain space next to the double crochet stitch at this moment. Insert the hook into both loops of the edge and work 1 double crochet. Row 2 is complete. Move on to row 3. Make 3 beginning chains. The turning chain corresponds to the edge stitch below. Turn the work. Starting from the 2nd stitch on the left side, pick up stitches and work double crochets correspondingly. The last stitch is worked into the top of the previous row's turning chain. That is, the 3rd chain space counting upwards. Insert the hook into both loops and work 1 double crochet. Row 3 is complete. Continue working back and forth in double crochets for the remaining rows. Each row begins with 3 beginning chains. Then turn the work. Start working from the 2nd stitch. End by inserting into the top of the turning chain. Complete the remaining rows. You can leave the yarn attached when finished. Continue sewing afterwards. That's the end of the crocheting section. Now let's move on to sewing. Using the previous yarn tail, leave a yarn tail 3 times the width of the last row. You can leave it a bit longer if needed. Secure with a chain stitch. Pull the yarn through. Pull tight. Then thread the yarn through the sewing needle. Place the right side of the fabric facing out. Then position it underneath piece 1 and piece 3. I'll demonstrate using this small sample. Sew down this side. The wrong sides of the fabric correspond. Down piece 3 from the corner. Starting at the right side of the 2nd single crochet, continue sewing until the previous connection point. Then continue sewing down the edge of piece 1. Sew all the way to the inner stitch of the 2-chain corner. Piece 8 is sewn from the right side to the left side of the last row. Here, piece 8 picks up the top strand of the stitch. Piece 1 and piece 3 are sewn together using the previous stitch insertion method. Similarly, sew twice to start. Sew roughly corresponding downwards. Adjust the stitch count as needed during the process. When encountering beginning chains at the edge, pick up the 2 strands near the edge and sew. Sew twice. Then thread the yarn to the wrong side, and hide it inside the fabric. Complete this part on your own. The sewing of piece 8 is now complete. The explanation for piece 8 is now finished. Here, pick up piece 2 and piece 1 above to work back and forth. Change colors during the process to create the corresponding pattern. The crochet method for this pattern is the same throughout. Also use incomplete single crochets to change colors. During color changes, besides carrying the yarn while crocheting, also carry the yarn at the beginning and end of each row. And when crocheting on the right side, place the yarn tail behind. When crocheting on the wrong side, place the yarn tail in front. No yarn tail traces are visible on the right side of the fabric. For unused yarn, leave a long tail and break the yarn. When weaving in ends, tie a separate knot and hide it on the backside. No new stitch techniques or methods are encountered here. Just follow the chart for crocheting. The explanation for piece 9 is now finished. Next, we'll explain piece 10. Pick up the side seams of piece 8 and piece 3 to work back and forth in rows. The new stitch technique used is double crochet, 3 stitches together. Treble crochet decrease. Please watch my demonstration. Here, I'm demonstrating with a small swatch. Place piece 3 and piece 8 with one side facing up. Here, piece 8 is on the left side. Then refer to the chart to find the position corresponding to the first row beginning chain. Pick up the stitch to join the yarn. Then make 2 chain stitches as beginning chain. Skip 1 stitch to the left. Slip 1 stitch. Make 1 single crochet. Continue picking up stitches and making 1 single crochet in adjacent stitches. Then work 3 half double crochets. After completing, pick up the stitch. Work double crochets correspondingly. Continue until the corner of piece 3. The connection point with single crochet. Reach the corresponding position. Pick up the stitch and make 1 single crochet. Continue picking up the side edge of piece 8. Pick up the gaps along the side edge of 1 row. Work 3 double crochets. Pick up the adjacent side edge, work 2 double crochets. Continue picking up the side edge of each row, work the corresponding number of double crochets. Crochet until the starting chain position. Pick up the edge chain and work 1 double crochet. Row 1 is complete. Work down to row 2. Make 1 beginning chain to start. Turn the work. Work down following the pattern chart correspondingly. Complete the last slip stitch. Leave unworked. Row 2 is complete. Next, work row 3. Start by carrying the yarn across. Then turn the work. Then make 4 beginning chains to start. Work double crochet 3 stitches together. First pick up the stitch to the left, make an incomplete double crochet, yarn over the hook once. Insert the hook, yarn over and draw through, then yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. 2 loops remain. That's an incomplete double crochet. Continue working 2 incomplete double crochets adjacent. 1, 2. There are 4 loops on the hook now. Complete the double crochet 3 stitches together. Continue to work double crochets correspondingly in the following stitches. Finish the last stitch. The yarn tail will be used later but not on this side. Fasten off the yarn. Row 3 is completed. Move on to work row 4. At the beginning chain end of the previous row, pick up the stitch for joining the yarn. Then make 3 beginning chains. Work 1 double crochet in the same position. After that, skip 2 stitches. Alternate crocheting single crochets and shell stitches. Finish the last DC3 in 1. Fasten off the yarn. Row 4 is completed. Now work row 5. At the top of the beginning chain from the previous row, pick up 2 strands on the edge to join the yarn. Then make 2 beginning chains. Work a double crochet increase in the adjacent single crochet position. Continue crocheting according to the chart. Complete the last single crochet. Row 5 is completed. Continue to row 6. Make 1 beginning chain. Turn the work. Continue crocheting this row according to the chart. After completing, crochet row 7. First make 4 beginning chains. Turn the work. Pick up edge stitches to work double crochet increases. Continue crocheting according to the chart afterward. Complete the last stitch. Row 7 is completed. Crochet row 8 downward. First make 3 beginning chains. Turn the work. Then start from the second stitch on the left side. Pick up stitches, and work 3 double crochets correspondingly. One half double crochet, 2 single crochets, work 1 slip stitch in the adjacent stitch. Continue with 2 single crochets afterward. 1 half double crochet, 2 double crochets. Then work treble crochet decreases. Pick up the double crochet positions on both sides of the single crochet. Work incomplete treble crochets respectively. One, 2, then yarn over and draw through all loops in once. Complete the treble crochet decreases. Continue following the chart afterward. Work until before the next treble crochet decrease position. When reaching the corresponding position, pick up the stitches below on both sides of the single crochet. Work incomplete treble crochets, then yarn over and draw through all loops in once. Complete the treble crochet decreases. Continue following the chart for the remaining part. Complete the last stitch. Row 8 is done. Next, work on row 9. Chain 2 as beginning chain. Turn the work. Start from the second stitch on the left side, pick up stitches, and work half double crochets correspondingly. When reaching a slip stitch position, pick up the braid and work into it accordingly. Continue crocheting down. Complete the last stitch position. Do not crochet into the beginning chain position. Row 9 is now complete. Cut the yarn. Hide the yarn tail to the wrong side of the fabric. This completes piece 10. The right front section explanation is now finished. It consists of multiple pieces as well, including piece 1, piece 2, piece 3, and piece 8. 2 new pieces appear here. I'll continue with the previous numbering sequence. The topmost one is called piece 11. The rightmost one is piece 12. First crochet and sew piece 1, piece 2, piece 3 and piece 8. The methods have been demonstrated before. Please complete them on your own. Here, pick up the area between piece 1 and piece 2 and work back and forth. You'll need to change colors to crochet the pattern during this process. The crocheting method here is the same as before. No new stitch techniques or methods appear. Please complete them on your own. Moving on to explain piece 12. Pick up the side between piece 8 and piece 3 and work back and forth. 2 new stitch techniques are used here. 3 double crochets and treble crochets together. Double crochet decrease. Please watch my demonstration. For row 1, join yarn at the starting chain edge of piece 8, then pick up stitches along the side edges, and crochet the corresponding number of double crochets. When reaching piece 3, insert hook into stitches. Starting from row 2, you'll need to carry the yarn across. The stitch techniques and methods have been demonstrated before. Please refer to the chart and complete these 2 rows. After completing, work row 3. Here I'm using this swatch for demonstration. First work up to 3 double crochets and treble crochets together. My swatch has already reached the corresponding position. Pick up the adjacent stitch below. Work 3 incomplete double crochets. Then pick up the stitch on the left. Work an incomplete treble crochet. Finally yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook. Complete the 3 double crochets and treble crochets together. And row 3 is completed at the same time. The next row requires changing colors for crocheting. Complete this part on your own. Cut the yarn after finishing. After completion, work on the 5th row. Start by joining yarn at the top of the previous row's beginning chain. Then follow the chart and work up to the double crochet decrease position. Before the double crochet decrease position, I've already reached the corresponding position here. Pick up the single crochet stitch and the edge stitch below. Work incomplete double crochets for each respectively. Finally, yarn over and draw through in once. Complete the double crochet decrease. The 5th row is also completed. Continue following the chart for the remaining rows. Pay attention to the ending of the 7th row. Multiple double crochets and treble crochets need to be worked in one position. Just follow the stitch pattern sequence. Cut the yarn and weave in ends after all crocheting is finished. That concludes the explanation for piece 12. The left front section is also now complete. Now we'll connect the front and back bodies. Divide it into shoulder connection and body connection. Let's start with shoulder connection. Here we use the whip stitch technique. Pick up the shoulder sloping position to sew. I'll demonstrate this method with a sample swatch. Sewing on the right side of the fabric. Match one front body with the back body shoulder. Both right sides facing out. Curvy sides corresponding. Then take a yarn 3 times the length of the sewing area. Thread the needle. Then pick up 2 fabric edges. Here pick up the back loop of the front piece. Or insert the hook behind the chain stitch. For the back piece, pick up the top strand of the stitch and chain. When the chain stitch faces you on the wrong side, you can pick up the top strand on the wrong side. For slip stitch positions, insert as you would for a chain stitch. Sew downward corresponding stitches. There's no strict requirement for the insertion point. Just make sure both sides roughly correspond. For the beginning chain, pick 2 secure strands on the edge. When encountering yarn tails from carrying yarn, weave them in. Continue sewing downward. After completion, unfold to check the sewing effect. If it fits properly, hide the yarn tail on the wrong side. If the effect isn't right, you can re-sew it. This completes one shoulder connection. Connect the other side using the same method. Complete this part on your own. Now we've finished explaining the shoulder connection. Next, let's move on to body connection. Similarly, connect on the right side of the fabric. Pick up stitches along the edges of the front and back body sides. For the front body, pick up the last row stitches, either the back loop or the top strand. For the back body, pick up the back loop of stitches and chains, or the top strand. Match and sew together roughly. Sew the edges of the last row of both fabric pieces. Complete this part on your own. Now we've finished explaining the body connection. The corresponding areas of front and back bodies are now connected together. Move on to crocheting the edging. Divide it into hem edging, front band edging, neckline edging and cuff edging. Pick up corresponding positions and crochet separately. Let's start with the hem edging. Along the bottom edge of front and back bodies, work back and forth in rows. When working the first row, when encountering the starting point, pick up the remaining half. Leave to one side edge. Pick up the gap on the side and insert the hook. When encountering a stitch, pick up the stitch. Then follow the chart to crochet the corresponding number of single crochets. The insertion point can be adjusted, as long as you crochet the corresponding number of stitches within the designated area. For the remaining rows, work back and forth. The pattern matches the connecting piece of the back body. Please follow the chart to complete it. That concludes the explanation for the hem edging. Next, we'll explain the front band edging. You need to pick up the front bands of both left and right front pieces, and crochet them separately along the side edges of the hem. On the first row, crochet the required number of single crochets within the designated area. For the remaining rows, work back and forth, specifically at the front band edging position of the right front piece. Some sections of the last row require a picket of 6 chains. Next, I'll demonstrate the new stitch technique. Here I'll use this swatch for demonstration, mainly demonstrating the method. The first picket of 6 chains is at the starting position. First make 3 beginning chains. Then crochet 6 chains. Here pick up 1 strand of the first chain stitch among these 6 chains. Work 1 slip stitch. Complete the picket of 6 chains. Continue crocheting to the next picket of 6 chains position. Note that you need to turn the work after completing this. Everyone, please continue following the pattern chart. When you reach the corresponding position, crochet 6 chains downward. Then pick up the front strand of the stitch below, and the left side strand. Work 1 slip stitch. Complete the picket of 6 chains. The picket of 6 chains worked on top of double crochets. Are all crocheted using this method? Everyone, please complete the remaining part on your own. That completes the front band edging. Now moving on to the neckline edging. Crochet along the neckline area of front and back bodies, and the side of front band edging, from right to left. Row 1 on the edge of right front band edging. Pick up a stitch in the side gap and join yarn. Insert hook into the gap. Pick up the stitch when encountering a stitch. Then work the corresponding number of single crochets. Complete and fasten off yarn. Row 2 on the first stitch of row 1. Pick up the stitch and join yarn. Then crochet from right to left. Complete and cut the yarn. Row 3, join yarn on the first stitch of the previous row. Then work the corresponding single crochets and shell stitches. Complete and fasten off yarn. Hide all yarn tails to the wrong side of the fabric. Refer to the chart to complete it. The neckline edging is now explained. Next, let's explain the cuff edging. There are 2 cuffs, same method. The pattern here is identical to the neckline edging, only this part is crocheted in rounds. Start by referring to the chart to work the corresponding amount of single crochets. After completing, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Insert the hook into the first stitch and work. Tighten after completing. Then break the yarn. Remaining rounds all join yarn at the first stitch of the previous round. Then crochet in rounds. Each end must join with a slip stitch to the first stitch and tighten. Note that color changes are required every round here. Refer to the chart to complete it. This completes the explanation of cuff edging. Next, make the decorations. Divide it into pockets and buttons. First, make the pockets and attach them. Then sew buttons at corresponding positions. Let's crochet the pockets first. There are 2 in total, made the same way. Using the magic ring technique, crocheting outwards in rounds counterclockwise. New stitch techniques used include DC3 bobble, back post double crochet, front post treble crochet, front post treble crochet 3 bobble, chain 4 picket stitch. Watch my demonstration. Start with a magic ring. Make 1 chain as your beginning chain. Pick up the first stitch loop and crochet 8 single crochets. Complete and close the ring. Then pick up the stitch of the first single crochet and slip stitch. Pull tight. The first round is complete. The side with neat stitch texture in this round is the right side of the fabric. Move on to crochet 2 more rounds. Chain 1 to begin. Then pick up the same position and work 1 single crochet. Pay attention to weave in the yarn tail. After that, crochet 2 chains between them. Pick up the adjacent stitch and crochet single crochets. 2 chains between them. Continue picking up stitches afterward. Work 1 single crochet. Follow the pattern of 2 chains. Complete the last 2 chains. Pick up the first single crochet stitch and slip stitch. Pull tight. The second round is complete. Change colors for the next round. Break the yarn. Weave the yarn tail into the wrong side of the fabric. If the next round has denser stitch patterns, the yarn tail can be woven in gradually while crocheting afterward. I won't repeat the yarn tail handling afterward. Crochet the third round. Join yarn in any chain space of the previous round. Then work a special DC3 bobble stitch. First work 2 chains. Work 2 incomplete double crochets in the same chain space below. Work 2 incomplete double crochets in the same chain space below. Yarn over once to complete. Complete the special DC3 bobble stitch. Then work 5 chains as a bridge. Pick up the left chain space below. Work a DC3 bobble stitch. First work 3 incomplete double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Complete the DC3 bobble stitch. 1 chain as a bridge. Continue with a DC3 bobble stitch in the adjacent chain space. Here I consider the 5 chains as a corner of this round. 2 bobble stitches with 1 chain between them. Continue working on a corner, which is 5 chains. Pick up the chain space and work a DC3 bobble stitch. One chain. Work a DC3 bobble stitch in the adjacent chain space to complete a side. Continue crocheting following the corner and side method. After finishing the last corner, complete the starting side. Pick up the adjacent chain space. Work a DC3 bobble stitch. Then work 1 chain. Finally, pick up the stitch of the special bobble stitch at the beginning, which is the large braid on the left side of the beginning chain. Work 1 slip stitch. Pull tight. Cut the yarn. The third round is complete. Continue to crochet the fourth round at the side position of the previous round. Pick up the chain space to join the yarn. Then make 1 chain as your beginning chain. Work 1 single crochet in the same position. 1 chain space. Then pick up the chain space at the left corner. Work 8 double crochets. After completing, I consider the crocheted stitches in the space as one corner of this round. Work 1 chain space downward. Then pick up the adjacent chain space and work 1 single crochet. 1 chain space. This is one side of this round. Continue crocheting the following parts using the corner and side method. Refer to the chart for details. Complete the starting edge. Work 1 chain stitch, then slip stitch into the starting single crochet stitch. Pull tight. Round 4 is complete. Move on to round 5. Start by crocheting slip stitches to carry the yarn to the left. First pick up the chain space to the left. Work 1 slip stitch. Then pick up the stitch on the left. Work 1 slip stitch. Now the yarn is carried to the corresponding position. Then make 2 chains as beginning chain. Next pick up the double crochet below and work a back post double crochet. Yarn over the hook once. Insert the hook from behind into the right side gap of the corresponding double crochet. Then insert into the gap between the stitches on the left. Picked up 1 corresponding stitch from behind. Then yarn over and pull through. Slightly enlarge the loop, then yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat twice. Once. Twice. Complete the back post double crochet. You can see the technique is similar to double crochet, just the insertion position is different. Work 1 chain between them. Continue to pick up the adjacent double crochet position. Work a back post double crochet. Yarn over, pick up the corresponding stitch from behind. Pull the yarn through. Then yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat twice. Complete the back post double crochet, then work 1 chain between them. Continue with 1 back post double crochet. 1 chain method. Crochet 5 times. After completing, pick up the adjacent double crochet. Continue to work 1 back post double crochet. I consider the starting back post stitch up to this point as a corner for this round. Crochet 2 chain stitches downward. This is an edge for this round. Continue crocheting following the corner and edge method afterward. All corners are worked at the corner positions of the previous round. That is, in these double crochet areas, complete the last edge. Pick down to the starting back post stitch. Join with a slip stitch. Pull tight. Cut the yarn. Round 5 is complete. Next, crochet round 6 at the corner positions of the previous round. Insert hook into the first chain space to attach yarn. Then make 3 beginning chains. Work 1 double crochet in the same position. Then pick the adjacent chain space to the left. Work 3 double crochets into 1 chain space. Repeat this process 5 times. After completing, pick the adjacent chain space on the left and work 2 double crochets. Then correspondingly make into the corner spaces of the previous round. The first and last chain spaces at each corner are worked with 2 double crochets. All other chain spaces are worked with 3 double crochets. Repeat this process to complete the remaining. Refer to the chart for details. Complete the last double crochet. Hook into the top of the beginning chain and slip stitch. Pull tight. Cut the yarn. Round 6 is complete. To make the dimensions fit better, let's refer to the chart to check the dimensions. Adjust promptly if there's a significant difference. Now work on the 7th round. This round requires 2 colors for crocheting. I'll call the starting color color 1, and the other color color 2. Pick up color 1 according to the color chart. Join the yarn at the top of the beginning chain of the previous round. Make 1 chain as your beginning chain. Correspondingly make 1 single crochet. Then pick up stitches to the left. Work 1 single crochet. The stitches are slightly puckered here. Insert the hook into the top 2 strands. Then crochet a chain 3 picket. Color change is required at the same time. First work 3 chain stitches. Pick up the front strand of the stitch below and insert the hook into the 1 strand on the left. Now pick up color 2. Leave a long tail. Hang the yarn with your left hand. Place it behind the fabric. Yarn over and pull through. Draw through all loops on the hook in once. The picket is done, and the color change is complete. Then work with color 2. Pick up stitches to the left and work 2 half double crochets. Pay attention to yarn handling and weaving in ends. Continue with adjacent stitches, work 1 double crochet. One double crochet increase. 3 double crochets. 1 treble crochet, then work a picket of 4 chain stitches. First work 4 chain stitches. Then pick up the front strand of 1 stitch below, and the left strand. Work 1 slip stitch. Complete the picket of 4 chain stitches. Then continue with the same insertion position. Work 1 treble crochet. Then refer to the chart to continue crocheting. Keep going until there's 1 stitch left with color 2. Reached the corresponding position, need to work half double crochet and change colors downward. First work an incomplete half double crochet, yarn over, insert, yarn over and draw through. This is an incomplete half double crochet. Pick up color 1. Make sure it's flat. Yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook in once. Complete the half double crochet and color change. Then pick up stitches to the left. Work 1 single crochet. Continue picking up stitches, and work 1 single crochet in adjacent. Then crochet a chain 3 picket. After completing, pick up the stitch below on the 4th round. Work front post treble crochet. Yarn over the hook twice. Insert into the gap on the right side of the single crochet in front. Exit through the gap on the left side. Picked up the single crochet forward. Then yarn over and draw through. Slightly enlarge the loop. Then yarn over and pass through the first 2 loops. Repeat 3 times. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Complete the front post treble crochet. The height after completing matches the adjacent single crochet. Continue downward starting from the left stitch of the previous round. Correspondingly make 1 single crochet. Continue with 1 single crochet in adjacent. Then crochet a CH3 picket and change color. Then continue crocheting with color 2. Keep going until before the CH4 picket position. Reached the corresponding position, crochet 4 chains downward. Pick up the stitch from the front strand and left strand. Finish with a slip stitch. Complete the CH4 picket. Then continue following the chart. Keep going until 1 stitch remains before color 1. Reached the corresponding position, crochet a half double crochet downward and change color. Then work 2 single crochets with color 1. 1ch3 picket. Then pick up the stitch from the 4th round below. Work a front post treble crochet worked below. Adjacent, continue picking up stitches to work 2 single crochets. 1ch3 picket and change color. For the remaining part, please refer to the previous instructions. Combine with the chart for crocheting. Complete the last picket. Continue working front post treble crochet downward. Then slip stitch into the first single crochet stitch. Pull tight. Cut the yarn. Leave a long tail and cut the yarn. This completes the 7th round. Move on to the 8th round. Join yarn at the second half double crochet of the previous round. Make 1 beginning chain to start. Work 1 single crochet correspondingly. Refer to the chart. Pick up corresponding stitches and work single crochets. Work chains of corresponding quantity between them. Continue until the last single crochet position. Reach the corresponding position. Work 2 chains downward. Then pick up the first single crochet stitch. Make a half double crochet to join. Here the half double crochet equals the length of 2 chains. Complete the beginning and ending connection. Round 8 completed. Continue to crochet round 9. Make 1 chain as your beginning chain. Then pick up the chain space underneath and work 1 single crochet. Continue picking up chain spaces to work single crochets, separated by chains of corresponding quantity between them. Finish the last chain. Pick up the first single crochet stitch to slip stitch. Pull tight. Cut the yarn. Round 9 completed. Next crochet round 10. Insert the hook into the chain space at the end of the previous round to join yarn. Then make 1 chain as your beginning chain. Correspondingly make 1 single crochet. Next pick up the position of front post double crochet underneath. Work a 3DC bobble stitch in the front post double crochet, hereafter referred to as bobble stitch. First pick up the front post double crochet position. Work 3 incomplete front post double crochets. Yarn over the hook twice. Pick up the corresponding stitch in front. Then yarn over and draw through. Slightly enlarge the loop. Next yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat twice. Now there are 2 loops on your hook. This is the incomplete front post double crochet. Continue to work 2 more incomplete front post double crochets. One, 2. Yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook in once. Complete the bobble stitch. The height after finishing matches the single crochet next to it. Crocheting 4 chain stitches interval downward. Then continue crocheting according to the chart. Keep crocheting until before the next bobble stitch position. Reach the corresponding position. Work 3 incomplete front post double crochets downward. Yarn over and draw through in once. Complete the bobble stitch. Then crochet 4 chain stitches interval. Continue referring to the previous part. Correspondingly crochet according to the chart. Finish the single crochet in the last chain space. Continue with 2 chain stitches. Then pick up the starting single crochet position. Work a half double crochet to join. Round 10 completed. Move on to round 11. Chain 2 to begin. Work front post double crochet in the bobble stitch position. Yarn over the hook. Pick up the bobble stitch in front. Pull the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat twice. Complete the front post double crochet. Continue to pick up adjacent chain spaces for corresponding stitches. Keep crocheting until before the next front post double crochet position. At the corresponding position, work front post double crochet in the bobble stitch position. Refer to previous steps for the remaining. Continue crocheting according to the chart. At the starting chain space, work 1 half double crochet. Then slip stitch into the top of the beginning chain. Pull tight. Cut the yarn. Round 11 completed. Work round 12. Join yarn into the chain space at the corner of the previous round. Then chain 2 as beginning chain. Work 1 half double crochet in the same position. Work into stitches and chain spaces alternately. Complete the round. Slip stitch into the top of the beginning chain. You can pull tight or not. Round 12 completed. Then cut the yarn. Leave a yarn tail for sewing. Leave a yarn tail 3 times the length of the fabric piece's side, 3 times the length of the yarn. You can also just leave 50 centimeters. Join new yarn later if needed for sewing. This completes the pocket crocheting. Follow the same method. Crochet another pocket. Leave a yarn tail after completing. Pocket crocheting is done. Now attach it. Place it on the front body. In front of piece 8. The bottom edge should be on the inner side of the edging. The right side should be on the inner side of the front band edging. The left side should be at row 2 of the fabric piece. Position both pockets symmetrically. Then use the reserved yarn. Pick up both sides. And sew along the bottom edge. Do not sew the top edge. Use the whip stitch technique. Insert the hook into the last round of stitches of the pocket piece, matching the gaps between stitches on the front body. Insert the hook to sew. Secure the 4 corners first if preferred. The sewing method has been demonstrated before. You can sew according to your preference. Complete the sewing. That concludes the demonstration of making and attaching the pockets. Finally, sew on the buttons. Match the front band edging. On the left front band edging position, find the corresponding position of chain 6 picket stitch. Pick up the edge slightly inward to sew. No specific method required, just secure it firmly. Complete this part by yourself. After finishing, fasten the buttons into the chain 6 picket stitch. That concludes the button section demonstration. Up to this point, the entire vest making process is now complete. If you have any unclear parts during the crocheting process, don't hesitate to join our Facebook group to get supports. Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.